time for our featured guest this week. Of course, it's like, oh, you're dying. Your phone's low. For our featured guest this week, she goes by the name of Kamantha Naidoo. Y'all was waiting. Y'all was waiting for me to.
I was waiting for you to fuck that one up.
100%.
You didn't, though.
I think I did earlier, though.
Proud of you for that.
You did good.
I think I did good.
Yeah, you did good.
I did okay. But yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I apologize. I might have falafel tzatziki now, and
we have gum
forgot
for
the
that,
gum.
you know.
Do we have gum?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay. We need some
CJ
gum.
always has gum.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Hat, for
Thanks for
having me.
coming.
Yeah, thanks, guys. A great Saturday.
It is a nice day. Yesterday was all gloomy and snowy and wet and slushy. You know, did it affect your day in any way? Like.
The gloominess?
Well, I mean, you know, that just mean the whole. Thank you.
No, I mean, I woke up to a lot of Facebook posts about the snow and people saying, go away, and, you know. I was kind of like, whatever. You can't really predict what's going to happen when you wake up every morning.
You could be living in Alberta. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's the thing. It's like, count your blessings.
Seriously.
And look, it's gone. You would have never known it snowed yesterday.
No, not at all. It's
Beautiful
gone.
out. And then it come back tomorrow. Comes back tomorrow night. I think it's just
all
again
good,
tomorrow.
you
It never stays though.
We
Like,
cannot complain.
No, I'm really
complain.
not. People are like, I can't believe you live in Vancouver. It's so rainy. And I always say, bruh, my shovel is a North Face jacket. I don't know what you guys are talking about, shoveling snow. I don't. And maybe the driveway every now and then, but compared to what people have to do when I was in Edmonton, like a month ago, and when I was just like, yeah, I can't, no.
I think it's all about counting your blessings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have so much to be fortunate about.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's your perspective.
so did you grow up in Vancouver?
I actually grew up in Edmonton.
Oh, you did. Okay. No
Hey,
wonder
don't
you're
worry,
so
don't
like
worry.
I love
Don't
it.
worry, don't worry.
Yeah,
Not at
that
all.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, my childhood was spent growing up in Edmonton, which was, we got some extreme conditions over there.
100%.
I lived there for a year and I was like, get me the fuck out of here. This dump. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't.
The weather forecast for today is going to be minus 35. Please do not leave your homes, but please make sure to wrap your mouths because your lungs will freeze within 30 seconds of being outside. Well, we're going to play, coming up next, we have Rod Stewart. And it's like, what are you talking
I
about?
love
For
Rod
real.
Stewart. Don't hate.
For
No, I
real.
wasn't hating on Rod Stewart. I was just saying, I'm like, that's what you
I think
hear
he's
on the
coming to
radio.
Vancouver, actually. I'm going to go to that.
You know,
I'm
the
so white.
craziness of seeing on TV when kids have, like, their tongue stuck to a pole.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that in Vancouver. Our kids will never experience that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. Whereas Edmonton, it was so common.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. You got
Have you ever
warm
tried?
water?
Have you guys ever tried doing that before? Like,
I've done it. I've done it.
I met
it's-
someone who's, like, they got serious tongue damage.
You have to have warm water with you in order to do it if you're going to do it as a kid. You have
just
to
so
have
you can
warm-
be like, oh, quick. Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are with Kamantha Naidoo. You can follow her at Kamantha. At I am Kamantha
Hey, guys.
on Instagram. Don't worry, this happens. It's just the thing. So
I make him do it every time because,
yeah,
I don't want to
it's
fuck it up.
entertaining.
You're doing really well at saying my name, by the way.
Thank you.
So many people want to, like, put some sort of weird twist into it.
Nay,
Like, they're like,
I do.
not just that, like, the Kamantha, but I'm like, it's literally Samantha
With a K.
That's all it is. Like, you don't need to put some weird French or Spanish twist on it. But they always want
like
to.
what though? Like what? What do they
Like, when people call my name out for, like, attendance or roll call for, like, whatever it is, they're always like, oh, I hope I get this one right. I'm like, is it my name? Is it Kamantha? They're like, I think is that how you say it? And they always freak out. It's hilarious.
I think everybody's sensitive.
Yeah. No, it's nice. It's good that people are sensitive.
Oh, when you have a last name like me, my German last name, we're not going to mention it right now.
Can I,
No.
please,
No.
please?
Watch about you cunts. Damn.
Oh, man.
That's her German last name.
Yep.
You know, but I want to talk to you because you started, you're a model,
Mm-hmm.
and you're an actor,
Mm-hmm.
and you were born in Durban, Australia,
Durban, South Africa.
South Africa. Look at my dumb ass.
That's
and
all
then
good.
you moved to Australia.
I know. You know what? I don't even blame you. I've lived in so many different places. It's kind of hard to keep up with, like, where I'm talking about. But yeah, I was born in Durban, South Africa, which is a beautiful, beautiful place if you haven't
So
been.
you're black.
I'm
No.
I'm
black.
very proudly South African.
Yeah.
Oh.
You black. Just joking.
I have a couple girls at my work that are South African, and they're like white.
No,
Yeah.
they black too.
No, well, their skin
No,
is
they
white.
black.
They
I
black
don't know how to comment.
They black. Welcome to the show,
It's a great
Kamantha.
blend right here, actually. It's a great.
It's
blend
like
here.
like the shades of Benetton as we go through that.
It's like gradual.
Yeah.
We're gonna go from the light to the dusk to the darkness. Ah.
Oh my gosh.
Darkness is here.
Darkness. Well, once again, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to talk to you about when you first started, like acting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I first started getting into the industry when I lived in Australia, and it was challenging. Back then, it was really challenging. It was really hard to even come across roles that were for people of color.
Oh, I know exactly
Uh-huh.
what you're talking about. So you're black.
And it was challenging, and so there were things that came my way. More so, like modeling was easier to get into than acting, and that really sucked.
I had the same problem.
Yeah,
Joking.
yeah.
Plus size male model, that was my thing. But anyway, sorry, go ahead. I'm just...
Modeling became a little bit easier. And I did end up doing like a few things there, and I got into TV hosting. That was actually the route that I went to, because I kind of felt like it's not going to happen. It was so challenging with being a person of color that I went into TV hosting, and I did a little bit of radio too, which was fun because I had this like weird bubbly personality, and
No.
it worked out really well. being an anchor for like meeting celebrities and stuff in Australia, which was really cool. But then I just kept wondering a bit more about what if I actually pursued acting, and so I decided to make this crazy move and move to Vancouver. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry,
joking,
I'm
I'm
actually
totally
really
joking.
happy.
I'm totally joking.
It pushed me,
100%.
It pushed me. And I mean, it might be better now in Australia, but at the time it was super challenging. But I'm here for a reason, so.
Do you,
So, yeah.
as actors, for you guys, do you think it's easier in Vancouver than?
Now it is. Now it
is.
is. Because
It's-
Why?
now because the auditions now that will say on the bottom, the description is any ethnicity.
Right. It's
So-
open.
yeah, so
it's open. Whereas before it was just like looking for Caucasian only was like a common thing. So even though, you might feel super passionate, it's like I can't even apply because I don't fit this criteria at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if I try. So it really sucked. And that was also happening in modeling, but more in acting that's my opinion. And now it's open, or it's ambiguous,
Yeah.
or it's specific. Or it's specific to your look. So with acting, it's different.
I just decided to just go gusto and tell my agent get me in the room.
Mm.
And it's been one of those weird things that worked out because remember you were saying about certain roles and you could only like my whole thing, which always is a joke, but I literally was thug number 1, inmate number 4, in for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally I'm like, yo, I'm over it. I'm over it. Get me into any room. Like I don't even care what it was. Just get me into any room. And I think I told the story last week or the week before with Fear of the Walking Dead. I just it said, she goes, oh, they have nothing. And it says Asian American male. I was like, get me in the room. And I booked it. And I booked it. I think there's a lot of it's just changing their minds nowadays because, like you said, it's written for white characters.
Yes. And I think it's remarkable to have that kind of mindset. It's important to just believe that I can change your mind and be able to walk in there with that. Because, I mean, there have been castings where I have done that, too, with modeling, and it's worked out. But yeah, at first, we're faced with a lot of obstacles.
Yeah. I don't even care anymore. I go in like I got it already.
Yeah.
I could never be an actor or like do that shit, man. I can't.
You know what?
Hell
It's
no.
first it's
It's
your
not my
nerves and you're in your head.
Yeah.
So once I was like, you know what? I got this already. I know my lines. I'm just going in to show you guys what it is, and I got to get out of here.
Yep.
And I don't have that weight on my shoulders. Like I got to get this. Oh my god, I need this. I need this to do this. Like most
Or to
people
feel good about myself, right? It's
I don't
not
care.
about that at all.
I go in so like, listen, if you don't choose me for that role, you're gonna remember me because like there's something in here for me because I know I killed it.
Yeah.
So
That's
whoever
a
you
great
choose,
mindset.
whoever you choose, you know that it's between me and them, but you know that they got to be whatever it is, height, weight, size. For me, it's a lot of size, my size compared to the hero. So I already know. Okay, well then, once again, put me in as the thug number, whatever. I'm just joking.
But that's true, and I think you're touching on a lot of topics that are relevant right now. Is that when you see a description, it depends on your self-worth, right? Like if you have a really positive self-worth and you know who you are, and regardless of what that description is, you're gonna go in there and you're gonna do your best, right? You're not gonna compare yourself to the next person and be like, that person was more fit, or that person had whiter teeth, or that person had prettier hair, or whatever it is. You know, at the end of the day, it is really about knowing who you are and that you are amazing at what you do. You love it, you're passionate, and if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it.
You're obviously a confidence coach as well. Like, I just heard that. I was like, damn. Okay.
No, but you have to I mean, to have that attitude's dope because it's gonna take her places. You know what I mean? Like you can't be in that industry and be all like butt sore about shit because you ain't gonna get anywhere, right?
You can,
It
and
changes the room. It changes the energy in the room. If you walk in and you're the same, everybody sticks to. You go in, you do the same audition that everybody else done.
you're not gonna stand out.
No.
That's 100%. But what I'm also trying to touch on is the fact that a lot of people get affected mentally, and that I've seen plenty of people who that start to compare themselves to other people, and they're so negative in their mindset. They're so low in their self-worth. And unfortunately, they dig themselves into a deep hole of depression.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know, and so getting into this industry, you have to be strong
And
to
you have to
train
have thick skin.
yourself
Yes, you have to have
to
thick
be
skin.
strong.
Like you have to have thick skin.
Because you're gonna get way more no's than you get yeses, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know.
It's true.
Do you guys ever think about like if you do like a movie and then all of a sudden like overnight you're like this huge, like you can't even walk outside and like do you ever
I
think
don't know
about
if
that?
I like that. I really, I like being incognito.
You're lying.
Like, I like being a little bit incognito. I mean, it's funny because actually, since Good Boys is like most people who know me will be like, oh shit, I saw you. But
Is
Game
it on
Over
Netflix?
Man, not yet. But Game Over Man, white dudes love the workaholics. So throughout that movie and the scene, I'll see white dudes that look at me and be like, hey bro, where do I know you from, man? Have we met before? And I'll be like, no, But then if we get to that, and there's a time where the people look at me like, yo, what the hell is this guy looking at? But because I don't think of it in a sense of going like, oh, to me it's a job. I go in, I do it, come back, hang out with the homies.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could deal with not being able to walk out
Like
in the
constantly
street.
in the spotlight.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. Yeah, I don't
It
know.
sounds so glamorous, yet there are so many negativities to that lifestyle. So I don't think that's a dream that I would aspire to.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people do. I think a lot of people get into this industry for the wrong reasons. Like I meet plenty of people
agree.
who are like, I want to be rich and famous. But if I'm not rich and famous, I at least want to marry someone who's rich and famous. And that's just so ridiculous.
Welcome to Vancouver, everybody. I'm joking.
It's actually so
Joking.
much more common than you think. But I think that you need to genuinely want to be in this industry for the right reasons. And I think it is important to have some sort of purpose.
You need to go live.
Oh, okay,
You gotta
sure.
let people see what you're doing.
Okay, I don't even know how to do
We'll
that.
help you.
'Kay.
Are you on the live section?
Live.
Girl, I think you got more followers than me and you don't even know how to go live. Come on, we need to talk.
Put that right there.
Send some of those
Sideways?
followers over here.
Sideways?
No, I'm just joking.
Is that what I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
That's a really horrible angle for me.
Oh, really? You want to switch it up? You can put it over here.
Hey,
I feel like every
take-
angle
we'll
I
take
try
that.
at just doesn't work, so I've given up at this point. Just embrace. I embrace the double chin every Saturday.
Right here where the celebrities come to play. No, I'm just joking.
We got a photo frame in the works
Yeah, we
here.
got-
I always
we're-
cover
we're-
my
we're
face
trying
with
to
the
make this
microphone because I
work.
don't like it. I don't like being on camera, to be honest.
Yeah.
Trying to go live. Bear with us.
Don't worry, it's not Kamantha. It's me fucking up the phone.
it's your
Welcome to
show.
Hollywood Knows Radio. Here we go.
Everybody's like, who's this black guy?
Yeah, like, what is he doing? Like, bro, I got better stuff to do.
We're
Okay.
live on the radio, you guys. Those
Yes.
of you who are just tuning in.
Yeah, see, look at her trying to steal our jobs. Know yourself. Stay in your lane. No, I'm just like,
Okay, so if you guys both, like, you did a movie tomorrow, you became famous overnight, you would, like, try to be a private celebrity then?
Well, no, I don't think you can
No.
really decide how it goes.
You can, though, because there's celebrities that you, like, never even really, like, know that they're even out. You know what I mean? They're never in the media and shit. There's a
They
lot.
don't seek the attention. Some people feed off attention,
Yeah.
and some people absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would necessarily feed off the attention, but I wouldn't go all like private and like I guess go into hiding or anything like that.
Yeah.
I try to make it a balanced lifestyle.
I agree. But I think some people just don't see it coming.
No, and that's what's really scary. I think you kind of have to be prepared for that if you are working on big projects and it has a promising future. Definitely have some sort of a plan to work with that because it can be super overwhelming, especially if you're an introvert. Do you know there are some people who are entertainment who are actually introverts?
There's a lot of people like that. A lot of my celebrity friends really struggle with anxiety and shit like that. They actually don't like it at all. But I could see but I feel like if you're in that industry, you want, I don't know, artists and stuff are like, I don't know, weird kind of sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What
Especially when you-
Brittany?
What?
What are you trying to say? I'm weird?
Well, I mean,
Okay. All right, you can have that one.
weird is an understatement. But Justin Bieber's coming out with his new YouTube docu-series thing where he's talking about how he struggled with it or whatever. I don't know.
I think a lot more people struggle with it than they admit to. It's definitely a bit. I mean, I always look back at Britney Spears.
Okay, do you follow her on Instagram?
I don't currently follow her on Instagram.
I saw a video the other day and I'm like, she does suffer from mental health stuff. Poor thing.
But I think back to when she first was found, and when she first blew up. And I watched her journey. I remember watching her journey as a kid, and she was really inspiring. And then all of a sudden, she had this beautiful lifestyle that everyone would have wanted, and she just hit a wall.
yeah,
I think it all happened too quickly, and she was not prepared for it whatsoever.
It makes me think, did she have mental health prior to that and then it made it worse? Or, you know what I mean?
Or maybe
was
she
it...
didn't, and it was just she had phone calls, emails, people coming at her, obsessive stalkers,
Yes,
death
people.
threats. I think it was just everything, and then
Kevin
she
Federline.
what do you do?
Sure.
It's called fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fame will change you.
Mm-hmm.
It will definitely change
it'll break you or
Yeah, it'll
change
break
you.
you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she suffers from bipolar, though. I mean,
because
that's...
of
Yeah.
fame. Was
But she
bipolar
did...
before?
But when she... That's the thing is, I don't know. But...
We don't know.
She did dabble into a lot of drugs for a while, too,
Right.
right? So, and they do
Which is
say it's very
also
common
to-
that when you're growing up and in your teen years, if you dabble into certain things, it can definitely bring those kind of things on and stuff like that. But
Yeah, totally. I think that it can bring a pre-onset of mental health issues. You could have had it originally. Maybe that was the motivation behind your ego is to get out there, and maybe there was already some existing mental health issues, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's genetic. So yeah, I mean it was really sad. I remember it just being really sad when she shaved her head and through public psycho.
do you guys think it would be better at an older age to become famous instead of earlier?
I think everyone has their path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna. There's still people who are who are adults that do dumb shit.
True.
You know, you see, you're like, bro, you've been in the game long enough. You should know. You should know. When social media came out, look at David Hasselhoff, look at Mel Gibson, all these dudes. I mean, Rosie O'Donnell, they're adults. They should know better.
They all suffer from addiction issues too, though. Those three in particular are very particular cases. Like Mel Gibson's been an alcoholic, I don't know for how long. And then what was it, the award show the other day when Ellen won the Globe or whatever. So Brad Pitt and them were there, but Brad Pitt finally admitted I'm sober because of Ben Affleck or whatever. It was a statement that he made or whatever, and he never really admitted it before. But a lot of these people probably
Have addiction issues.
And don't you feel that pressure of if you did a movie and you did so good, this one movie is the next movie that comes. It's like doing an album. A lot of my friends in the music industry, it's they have so much pressure. They did so good at this one album. It's then they're I have to exceed the expectations of everybody for the next album. You know what I mean?
That can be the mindset if you allow it to be the mindset
Right.
that takes over you. But as I said, it's all about your reason as to why you're doing this. Someone might just do one amazing movie and then they're just you know what? I did that. Cool. Now I'm going to go off and be a monk. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's different, right? And if you have a strong sense of your own worth, your own purpose, and what you want to achieve in life, I don't think you should really be motivated by other people's ambitions for you. It's super unhealthy.
Yeah. And you shot something. You shot. Did you shoot? You shot a lot of, but a personal project. Did you produce something?
Yeah, so my girlfriend actually wrote a short film last year, and she asked me to come on board as co-producer, which was really fun. And so it was this short film about like friendships and loyalty and love. And
Girl movie, girl short.
yeah, I guess you could say that.
I'm like, I want to see this. I want to see this.
And it
Right
was,
up my alley.
and it was shot in Vancouver. It was my first experience working on a project from a different angle, you know, I was also in the movie, so I played a role, and I was on the outside dealing with casting, dealing with the overflow of how it's going to look, any sort of hiccups that came along. I also provided catering.
She curated the whole thing, you know? It sounds like you really did the
crazy.
whole thing.
It was crazy. I mean, it takes so many people to put these projects together, and everyone worked so hard. It was incredible. We got some fans out here.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yo, that was dope. That was dope.
That was hilarious.
Get a sense of humor, people.
Pittsburgh.
The world is too sensitive. Get a sense of humor.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. No, I was just saying it was.
So what was it? What was the story about?
It was about about love.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately about love. Yeah, it was just a short. It was, but you know, just even doing something like that, it's probably going to come down to like maybe a few minutes, like under 10 minutes. It took so much of planning. It took so much of, you know, hashing and rehashing the details and then getting everyone into the right attitude. And just there was so much that goes behind a project. And I mean, previously I've only just been an actor. And it was great to be part of something like that. It you know, it killed me energy-wise.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But after that, I was like, I want to do this more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I've got a feel for it. I never thought about it before, but now I actually want to do this more. And it's got me thinking about things that I'd like to work on. So, yeah, that
You
was...
write as well?
Do I write? I write
You
my...
will be soon.
I used to write a lot as a kid, hey? Like, I used to write a lot of short stories, a lot of, like, sci-fi narratives and stuff. And then I just sort of stopped. I used to write and paint a lot. Yeah. But I do want to get back into writing. Actually, a few people have been telling me that lately. Why aren't you writing more stories, some more concepts? And I'm like, I think I really should focus on that area. Because I've got a really interesting mind.
When you say that, what kind of things go through that mind?
Oh, you know, I'm more of a fantasy person. So, like, talking about topics that are, like, more so supernatural or just, like, kind of out of the ordinary really excite me.
So you're different.
You would be so. She would be so hot in like a supernatural movie, like
Ooh.
Yeah.
yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
like the suit on and shit. Yeah, man,
see that.
it'd be good. Yeah,
Let's
Well,
do it.
Let's do it.
whoever's
Like a commander. Like someone who walks in with the strut and demands respect. And
no,
says,
you idiot! Like a supernatural fucking.
No, I don't want
like-
a supernatural. I want her to be
No, like
somebody
where she has
sci-fi.
superpowers, like Superwoman.
Yes.
Oh, I love that movie.
Jesus. But she needs to be a commander, like in charge. When I say commander,
you
I don't
always-
mean
You
with
mean
the
you mean
stripes.
assertive traits?
I don't mean the stripes. I meant like she takes command. Like she's like a commander. Like, hey, I need this. I need, you know.
Like
anyway.
a lieutenant?
Well, yeah, somebody
Britt's
that's
talking
given a lot about
superpower,
respect.
You're talking about commander.
Right?
Yeah.
With
You know, why don't we
superpowers.
combine both?
Yeah.
There you go.
Super commanding hero type.
There you go. And
And
you don't
supernatural.
write and don't write your own stuff. You're such a liar, Kamantha. We're done
What
here.
would you name that character?
You want-
Kamantha!
You want me to name the character?
If you could have a superpower tomorrow, what would it be?
Ooh. Wow.
To help make men better. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Sorry.
I'd like to be able to talk to people through their mind.
Instead of like
Mental
it coming out,
Instead
so
of
it's like
verbally.
you just look at me and we're talking.
Yeah, you know, there's so many times where I've seen someone doing the wrong thing, like a parent hitting their kid in public or something, or like just a guy just being really verbally aggressive with his girlfriend, and it pisses me off so much. But I know if I like I mean, most of the time I do speak up because I am that person. I don't like watching shit happen and just walking past. But I would love to be able to be like, don't do that.
Yes.
Like,
Ooh, that's a good
You
one.
should know better than that.
That's
Almost
a really good one.
and almost confuse the person with thinking it's their own conscience. You know? Wouldn't that be super cool?
Yeah.
We, like, it would be more like...
Then you see a hot guy on the street, you're like, grab my booty. Ask me out on a date. Marry me, baby.
Dude, you'd be like,
Take your shirt off. All these guys, woo! My nasty mind always going to those things.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
That would be a great superpower.
You're fun. Thank you for coming. Like, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. This was super fun and random.
We are live.
No, we are pretty random.
Naidoo here on Hollywood North Radio. You can follow her at I am Kamantha on IG, and you can see the trails to all her other platforms and her website, which is www.
Kamantha.com. Can you believe I bought that domain?
That's
I can't even
dope.
believe that was even available. Like,
It's available.
you know, I want to talk about is it Hot Shots?
Hot Shots events and staffing. That's that's my company that I co-founded with my business and brother Julian.
Yeah, he's there earlier. He's here?
He dropped me off. Julian's like my best friend, so it's awesome
Aw.
running a business with him. And we started that when we moved to Vancouver, like that, pretty much around that time that year. What did you want to ask me? Because I don't want to just like you know.
I mean,
talk
What's the
you're
over-
company about?
co-founder,
What-
yeah.
The company is a promotional marketing company. So when we first moved here from Australia, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but like a lot of people who are in the entertainment business will tend to have like side jobs, and most commonly you hear of like servers. Like that's the easiest thing to get into is hospitality.
Yep.
In Australia, a lot of the time, the easiest job to get into was brand ambassadorship. So being a BA for all kinds of random companies, could be technology, could be food, could be like whatever. And usually the job is super simple. You just got to look the part and maybe talk a little bit or maybe just hand out samples or flyers or whatever. And that's something that we both tried doing for a while. Like, we tried it out and we liked it and we got into it. And we were like, this is actually really flexible, really great. I work in a different place all the time. I'm meeting different people, which both of us thrive off that. So when we came here, we started doing that for different agencies here in Canada. And it sucked because not only would you not get paid into your bank account, you would have to wait for a check that came like a month later, and the rate.
Like the film industry.
Well, and the rate was like, yeah.
Happy Meal rate. Yeah, the Happy Meal rate.
But this is kind of just like, you know, just random jobs that you fill your time up with, and the rate was really astronomically low. And so, like, I mean, in Australia, the rate was like over $20 an hour. Come here, and it was like, I don't know, 12, 13.
Yeah, welcome.
I know. I didn't do my research before I moved here, you know. So I was like really surprised. I was really surprised. So we decided to start up our own business, which is what we did, and we increased the rate, which was one of the biggest things I wanted to do. I felt like adults who are in this business as a side business, you know, as a side hustle, deserve to be paid as adults, not as teenagers or children. I was really angry about the rate of pay when I first moved here. And so we did that. We increased the rate and we started our business, and we work with some of the biggest, you know, Canadian food and beverage companies now. And yeah, we've grown, which is awesome. Like, I love doing it. I
want some food and beverage.
What was that?
I want some food.
You want some food and beverage?
Of course you do.
We work in all sorts of other sectors too, but for brand ambassadors, that's a lot of our work goes into like more the hospitality industry. And yeah, that's what we do. We also do, you know, castings for projects like real estate commercials and, you know, music videos and things like that. But a large focus of the business is on promotional marketing, experiential marketing, and making brands come alive and
I
finding
like
the right
that.
people
Making brands
come alive.
Hot
and
shots.
exactly.
So do you like outsource brand ambassadors for companies and stuff like that?
Do we
or-
outsource? So we have a roster.
Oh, okay.
We have a roster, and a lot of them are actors and models.
Okay.
We've got fans again.
Okay. Oh my
Pittsburgh
God.
Steelers.
It's the
Pittsburgh
These
Steelers.
ladies are hilarious.
If you're live on our Instagram and she's the rookie,
Rookies. We got two rookies.
I'm confused. Is there like a game today or is it
Seahawks.
tomorrow?
Yeah,
Is it-
Seahawks
oh.
Tomorrow.
Ah.
You know that?
I wasn't listening to sports.
see that? Pittsburgh Steelers. Feelers.
What up,
Pittsburgh
Feelers?
yeah.
Feelers.
Steelers.
Feelers.
You gotta have fun. So and do you find it like obviously you decided to make this a business and what was outside of the pay was there a point where you're like I don't know if I'm gonna do this anymore or were you just so gung ho on like the people need to get paid for this?
You know, I just felt like it needed to be done. I felt like it needed to be done. And so we did it. I didn't really, this is the, like, probably the negative side to my personality. I don't always think things through, like, an intention for, like, 10 years from now or whatever. So you ask me, like, have I gotten to a point where I just didn't want to do it anymore? No, because when I feel really passionate about something, I usually almost always want to see it through. And so when we started this business, it was like, we wanted to do things better, and we wanted to give people more respect. And also teach people things that maybe they didn't know about before. Like, you know, you probably shouldn't chew gum on a shift. You know, like things like
What?
basic life skills. Not you. You know, you're a personality. It's
No,
fine.
but you know what? I actually screwed up and I was chewing gum on a red carpet.
Oh.
I'm surprised you weren't eating your
Yeah,
lunch. You
Yeah,
were
we
eating your
just
lunch
ate-
at the
yeah,
same time.
Yeah, true that.
I'm just
Well,
joking.
we all learn things at different times, and sometimes we choose not to learn, you know? But, you know, there's just been basic things where, like, I don't just see people on our roster as just, like, brand ambassadors. I see them as people that I have met during this time in my life who maybe they've come into this, into our business, and they need to learn something from us for wherever else they're heading off in life. So, you know, it's a little bit more than just business for money kind of thing. It's more than just a trade-off.
Well, that's a good positive way to look at it. You know what I mean? Because if you do the work, the money will come.
Yeah, but you have to do it for the right reasons. You can't just do everything you do for money.
Can we talk about this dog with the thing on it? I can't. I'm dying. Oh my God. John's missing all the action today. Look at him. He's got a little dog on his back.
Oh.
You must see such cute things out this window.
Oh, you have
Oh,
no...
yeah.
Cute, girl?
Or interesting, or
Yeah,
weird, or
yeah.
scary.
All
I
of the
wouldn't
above.
say cute. That's about the
All of the
cutest
above.
thing we've seen.
You got that nice sunlight coming in too.
Today's a nice day, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you got to do things for the right reason, for sure. Otherwise, it's not going to motivate you in the long term.
What's your favorite movie? Just curious.
Oh, I don't have a current favorite. I should, but I don't think I do. When I was a kid, though, you're going to laugh at me. It's pretty cheesy, my answer. Remember Romeo and Juliet with Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I don't find that too.
That's a classic.
That was
Good
my
soundtrack, too.
favorite movie. I know. I loved the music from that. But you see how the music made you feel a certain way and attach yourself to the characters, and you just fell in love with their love story. I loved that movie. I used to have it on VHS too.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
I still have it. No, I'm just joking.
So yeah, no. To date, though, right now, I can't think of a movie that I would say is my favorite. Not right now.
What about your favorite actor or actress that you would want to do a movie with or like collab with?
Oh wow! Like a celebrity?
Yeah,
Anyone,
or
old or new?
Or I want to know like Instagram influencer that you would love to work with on your roster.
Oh.
That's 2 questions.
I know.
Yeah. Wow. You guys, I hate these questions that stump me, man. They suck.
Told you we were good.
I'm gonna be really honest. My lifelong idol, celebrity idol, has always been Jennifer Lopez. Like, I have loved her. I have read her books. I have watched her story. I remember when all the gossip has gone around about her failed marriages and just the way the people talked about her. But you know what? Everyone has a negative side to them, of course, but I love the kind of vibration she gives off. She's such a positive, amazing person. She just turned 50 and she still looks sensational,
Yeah.
and I think she will continue to. And like, she's like my complete inspiration. I love her to bits. So if I were to ever like,
Me too.
if I could get a chance to work on a movie with her, that would be like such a huge dream.
Have
come
you seen
true.
that latest movie with her on Netflix with Leah Remini or whatever? It is hilarious.
Not
you
the
should watch
Hustler
it.
movie.
No, it's before that. It's like
Like a
on
Christmassy
Netflix.
one?
No, it's like a love one, but it's funny. It's
I probably
really
have
funny.
because I have watched every single movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but I watched it recently and I caught myself laughing to myself a few times
Yeah. watching
it, but it was good.
And she's been critiqued for not being a great actor, and people saying like she's a better singer or she's a better dancer, not a great actor. And I think
Selena, hello. Selena, that was like one of the best movies ever.
yeah,
I think
no.
Jennifer Lopez is good at everything she does.
I think she's good at everything she does,
Yeah.
but you know, it's more than that. It's that she puts her heart into it, and you can really see that. It resonates on screen. That she's just got this beautiful genuineness about her, and I think that's what I really think is important. If you're in things in anything for the right reasons, that you maintain that personality, that attitude throughout your lifeline. You know.
Right.
And what about Instagram influencers? Like, what are the kind of people that, if you had like a top 3 list of people that you love following on Instagram, their content, and like maybe somebody that would be on your roster, who would that be?
Oh, okay. I follow a lot of makeup influencers.
Okay.
There is a makeup artist named Farah from Toronto. I think she's awesome. Like, she just comes up with these fantastic tricks and tips on how to like grow your eyelashes or like grow your hair longer, and like she's a really body positive influencer. So she's not your stick thin type model type. She's super confident in being curvy, and I love that about her.
I love that about
And
her
I
too.
love the fact that she's like, she gets on camera and she does these crazy tips and tricks. She shows her flaws along with her strengths, and I think she's definitely someone who would be awesome to like, I don't know, maybe like do a makeover with or something like that. Other influencers that I watch, like I love skit comedy as well.
Oh yes, because you did some with AJ.
I did do some with AJ as well, yeah. So, comedy's great. I think comedy really, how do I explain myself? It really tests your boundaries on how much you can laugh at yourself.
It's true.
And so I think that kind of stuff is awesome. It always puts a smile on my face whenever I look at people who do these kind of things that are just super embarrassing really well. Her name is... it's a Spanish name, and I cannot pronounce it right now.
I know
She's
her.
a comedian?
And she used to be a ring girl turned Instagrammer who does comedy skits. Andrea Pasadena. Oh my gosh, I can't think of her
So,
last name
Andrea,
right now.
you got to get the
I
first
got
part,
the
right?
first part,
Go
Andrea.
ahead.
And she does all these skits in English and in Spanish with her partner and her son.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so it's like a family of like skit comedies and like brand collaborations, and like they can make anything funny. And she's not afraid to laugh at herself. Like, she did this one video where she like went to the bathroom, and like it was like a really stinky time in there. And it was about how she covered it up, and like, how her boyfriend still found her super hot even after. So that kind of stuff. I think comedy has really gotten explicit lately, and it's
The boundaries and the
awesome.
doors have opened up quite a bit.
Yeah.
You've also modeled in a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite place that you've been to where you're like, oh my God, I would go there and shoot every time if I could?
Well, lately, the most recent one would be Greece. I went to Mykonos,
wow.
and I went to Santorini, and
I need to go to Santorini.
you see the pictures of Greece, and you're just like, wow. And then when you go there, you're like, wow. Like, it's so incredibly breathtaking. It is so beautiful. Like, it's not like the pictures make it out to be more than it is. It really is that fascinating. Like, there's a shoot I did for a clothing company, and the photos were taken at sunset, and it was overlooking the ocean. And the ocean is just so big. And we're in this like white building with like, the white roof, and and all the sculptures, or like sculptures, the whole of the structures are sculpted out of like this white building material. I don't know what it's made of exactly. I'm trying to sound smart here, but everything is white and sculpted, and it's just it just I don't know. There's something very magical about the structures in Santorini. Like, it's just gorgeous.
Was it like,
so I'd go
like
back
how,
there.
you know, obviously the Greece, they had such beautiful statues back in the day, and the way that there's actually, when you say their structures were great, was it almost like that but modern?
I think it's semi-modern. It doesn't feel like now. You know, it feels
Right.
like you've gone to a fantasy world
Oh,
when
wow.
you're there. And the air feels like that. It's just everything about Greece was just so, like, I felt drunk all the time. It may have been drunk.
That was like Italy. That was like when we were in Florence, Italy.
It was beautiful. And also South Africa. I did a few photo shoots in Cape Town. And there were parts of Cape Town, like, I mean, I hadn't seen in previous trips when I went to visit family, like, and I went this time. And it's just stunning. It's just stunning. The beaches are just so stunning. And, you know, usually we look at fog as a negative thing when it comes to photo shoots because it, like, interferes with the camera and interferes with, like, how you're going to see the images. But the fog played this, like, mystical sort of, like, element to taking photos that made it even more magical. So, yeah, I'd say South Africa and Greece. I would definitely want to go back there in a heartbeat.
I gotta go to
Well,
those
next time if you
places
need
too.
somebody to carry your bags, let us know.
Yeah, well, I
Kamantha, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
This
you
is
so much for coming.
Kamantha Naidoo. You can follow her at I am Kamantha. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Hollywood North Radio. And y'all know what it is where the celebrities come to play. Thank you so much. Actor, model, entrepreneur,
Confidence coach.
confidence coach.
Thanks, guys.
You know what I mean? Told you black. She got 6 jobs. You know? Kamantha Naidoo, everybody. Thank you once again for listening to Hollywood North Radio. This is our 99th episode. We'll see you next week for our 100th episode right here on Save On Radio. This is Hollywood North Radio,
Where the celebrities come to
play.